Tonight on To the Point.
The library violated our First and 14th Amendment rights.
Moms Against Liberty kicked out of a library last year, reaching a settlement with Yolo County. What it means moving forward. Plus, Governor Newsom planning to spend Prop $1. When and where the first $3 billion will go.
Tracking how long these Sierra thunderstorms stick around and that peak heat we hit for the middle of the week.
And later, creating community through dance. Meet the Sacramento-based Japanese ballroom dance group that has withstood the test of time.
We start with breaking news tonight. CHP is investigating a deadly crash in East Sacramento. It happened just before 4:30 this afternoon out on Jackson Road. Officers say 3 cars were involved and 1 person died at the scene. Right now, traffic is being impacted at Marietta Way. We are working to get some more information, and we will keep you updated as we do. Thank you so much for joining us on To the Point. I'm Alex Bell, and new tonight, a controversial parent right group has reached a settlement with Yolo County officials over First Amendment rights to free speech. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen has been following this group's fight since last summer and has the update for us tonight.
I will give you one warning on that. I'm asking you to leave.
This was the moment at the Mary L. Stevens Library in Davis that pushed the group Moms for Liberty to sue Yolo County. A librarian asked the group to leave.
The library violated our First and 14th Amendment rights.
Allie Snyder is one of the plaintiffs on the lawsuit. She helped organize a forum at the library to discuss transgender women and girls participating in female sports. Since then, Snyder has moved to Oklahoma, but she says she's celebrating a win today after reaching a settlement with the county.
The library changed its policies to promote the First Amendment rights of all people who use libraries in Yolo County. And it also agreed a payment of damages and attorney's fees for shutting down that event initially.
Matthew Hoffman is one of the attorneys representing Moms for Liberty and says the county agreed to pay $70,000 in damages and attorney's fees. They also allowed the group to make up their initial event.
We were able to refer to boys and men in women and girls sports and how unfair this was and how dangerous it is.
Moms for Liberty has faced a lot of criticism from the LGBTQ plus community, especially the Davis Phoenix Coalition, who works with LGBTQ plus youth. Their chair tells me it appreciates the library for providing a place for free speech and hopes cases like these might open the question of when hate speech crosses a line. ABC 10 reached out multiple times to county officials and the Yolo County librarian to ask how the library plans to move forward following the settlement. Our requests have not been returned.
And Jeannie, this incident, which happened last August, it led to several things, including bomb threats into Davis libraries. There were also rallies for the LGBTQ plus community. I mean, it was a major impact to the community. But can you give more specific details on what this settlement means moving forward so people understand?
Well, Alex, the attorneys for Moms for Liberty say that the Yolo County Library's policies have changed to make it clear that staff cannot shut down an event in the meeting rooms based on content and viewpoints. But again, we are still waiting to hear from the Yolo County officials to see their side of the story.
Yep, and we will keep you updated as soon as we hear from them. Thanks, Jeannie. All right, more reaction tonight as the governor proposes budget cuts. Lawmakers must balance the budget, which is facing a large deficit, and advocacy groups, they are fighting to save their funding. Immigrant right groups advocates spoke out today against cutting funding for legal and social services in California. Advocates say that the governor's proposed budget includes $33 million in cuts for immigration programs. That includes the CSU Immigration Legal Services Project, which offers free legal help to undocumented students.
Documented students are a very underserved population already. I would urge them to reconsider cutting the budget funding. It's a huge disservice for students like me.
And we did reach out to the governor's office for comment, who referred us to the Department of Finance. They said, in part, as the governor said at last Friday's press conference, none of these solutions were made easily or lightly, adding that this is just the beginning of the process of discussions with the legislature. Lawmakers have until June 15th to pass a balanced budget. And new details tonight in how billions of dollars worth of Proposition 1 money will be spent through that measure that narrowly passed in March, and it will focus on mental health and restructuring homeless funding for counties. ABC 10's Devin Truby explains what the governor announced.
Governor Newsom in San Mateo today saying he's heard from several counties that say Proposition 1 is unclear. Now, he fired back saying he's made it very clear and now has examples of what he wants to be done. Today, he announced the first part of the funding, $3.3 billion, which will become available in July. The money will go towards inpatient and outpatient mental health facilities. Newsom says after counties submit their proposals for the funding, they'll be approved in a matter of months by a new task force, not years, which is previously been the case. Then, starting in July 2026, $1 billion will be up for grabs for counties for housing those with mental health and addiction issues. Now, some counties have argued Proposition 1 has made things difficult, and by restructuring the funds, they now get less money and the state gets more.
With all that direct money, ongoing money on the way with the reforms under the Mental Health Service Act, let's go. I'm not buying those old arguments anymore. Let's go. They have the direction.
We spoke with Sacramento County about what Newsom's announcement means for them. The county plans to apply for funding in July. The application will prioritize trying to get additional facilities for mental health rehab centers and substance use disorder treatment beds. Newsom also pushing counties on their care court programs. The county says they're making progress.
We did receive our startup funds and have been staffing up and getting our teams ready. We have met internally to the county with our partners within the courts.
The governor also launching a new website today, mentalhealth.ca.gov, a one-stop shop for all the resources listed. Phase 2 will include a county comparison map to see who is falling behind. Sacramento County said just like us, today was their first time seeing this website, but they have no issue supplying the data and plan to be transparent. Reporting from the Capitol, Devin Truby, ABC 10.
All right, Devin, thank you. Tonight, Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools will officially be audited by the state. It comes after the Wild West of Education, an ABC 10 investigation into the school, because for over a year, investigative reporter Andy Judson spoke to dozens of employees who had major concerns, including accusations of nepotism, a toxic work environment, and the spending of millions of public school funds on lavish trips and a lot more. So following our investigation, 4 California legislators requested the audit, including the Senate and Assembly Education Committee chairs. Today, the audit request was approved, and ABC 10 spoke with Assembly member Al Marisucci about the importance of this audit.
The mission of Highlands Community Charter is laudable, but we want to make sure that no institution is manipulating the system in order to collect taxpayer dollars, without providing the educational services that they claim to be providing. We need to make sure that we protect the integrity and the trust in our school enrollment funding system, where billions of dollars of California taxes go to support our schools.
In a statement, Highlands said in part, quote, "The school welcomes the legislature's Joint Legislative Audit Committee audit request. We are committed to transparency and accountability. And don't forget that you can watch ABC 10's investigation, The Wild West of Education, right now at abc10.com. All right, next on To the Point, when you can expect a major highway to reopen after falling into the ocean.
Tracking numerous thunderstorms in the Sierra for today, plus the heat that's on the way.
And later, as we celebrate our local Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander community, we're featuring a local dance club that has really stood the test of time. Good news, part of the Highway 1 at Big Sur that was closed for repairs will reopen to traffic this Friday morning. You may remember when part of the road fell into the ocean back in March. A project to repair the highway further is estimated to be completed in 2025.
That drop off is significant.
Yes, to say the least, yes.
It's a good thing they're making those repairs. And Alex, we're coming up on almost Memorial Day weekend. Can you
How
believe
did we
that?
get this far?
Oh, we are entering into the middle of May here. It's like lightning speed, right? Speaking of lightning, take a look at some of these isolated thunderstorms in this year. Right now, Tuolumne, Madera County, under just a significant weather statement, looking at areas of hail and some heavy downpours, as well as gusty winds around those isolated cells there. High pressure ridge, though, building in. That's going to bring sinking warming air, a very stable environment for the rest of the work week, including tomorrow, our peak heat. Getting a little taste of that for today. 80s and 90s up and down the valley, 60s along the coast. That's a place to go if you want to beat some of this spring heat that we're going to be dealing with for tomorrow. We have that nice west wind coming in for tonight. That's going to make for a beautiful evening. 70s at 7 p.m., dropping into the 60s by 10 p.m. with forecast lows still in the 50s. But tomorrow we're on our way to widespread 90s, putting us in that moderate heat risk zone in parts of the valley, as well as in elevated fire danger. It's not super high, but it's just one of those days that you might want to be extra mindful of any of those fire dangers. High pressure ridge brings the sinking, warming air, stable environment for tomorrow. As it starts to move off to the east, we'll get a little bit better access to that delta flow coming in. Highs in the 70s, though, for tomorrow, 80s and 90s throughout the foothills, with highs staying in the 60s along the coast once we head inland. We're in the 80s and 90s tomorrow afternoon, awfully close to 100 for some of us there. 5-day regional forecast includes the warm weather for the middle of the week and then a cooling trend for the weekend. And again, as we head into the full scope of that 10-day forecast, that gets us nearly into the Memorial holiday weekend.
All right, Monica, thank you. Next, on To the Point. Michael Cohen, once one of Trump's closest allies, was back on the stand today in his hush money trial. What he's now saying about the payment in question. Plus, President Biden introducing steep tariffs, making it harder for certain Chinese products to be used in the U.S. The impact it could have on everyday items. Tonight in the hush money trial of former President Donald Trump, Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, took the witness stand for a second day, and prosecutors spending hours on their direct examination of Cohen. The defense now getting their turn.
Donald Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, grilled by defense attorneys on the stand. Once one of the former president's closest allies, Cohen testifying about the alleged hush money payment he made to Stormy Daniels days before the 2016 election. Defense attorney Todd Blanche combative, asking about comments Cohen made about him on TikTok, which were promptly stricken from the record. Cohen later conceding he has also said disparaging things about Trump on social media. And when asked if he wanted Trump to be convicted, Cohen said he'd like to see accountability. And then when pressed, he ultimately responded yes. Earlier today, prosecutors wrapping up their questioning, lasting 9 hours over the course of 2 days. Cohen telling the jury about the lies he said he told on Trump's behalf to journalists and to Congress about the alleged catch and kill scheme. Cohen saying, quote, "I regret doing things for him that I should not have, lying, bullying people in order to effectuate a goal." Cohen reiterating that he paid Daniels on behalf of Mr. Trump to influence the election, telling jurors it was to ensure that the story would not come out and would not affect Mr. Trump's chances of becoming president of the United States. Prosecutors asking Cohen, were it not for the campaign, would you have paid that money to Stormy Daniels? Cohen replying, no ma'am. Cohen emotional during direct examination when he told jurors about his decision to eventually flip on Trump at the urging of his family. It was at this exact moment Trump's political entourage, including several possible GOP running mates, were escorted into the courtroom by security. Trump has pleaded not guilty to falsifying business records and denied any sexual encounter with Daniels.
I took a legal expense, and they called it, I didn't do it, a bookkeeper did it. She did it exactly right. Took a legal expense and called it a legal expense. This is their whole case.
And Trump has tried to challenge the limited gag order in this case, which prevents him from making public statements about witnesses and jurors. But today, an appellate court upheld the order. All right, let's get into your price points tonight. The Biden administration announced new tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles and other high-tech products as he tries to boost American jobs and perhaps his poll numbers. The plan is expected to target $18 billion worth of imports, and it would quadruple the tax on Chinese electric cars coming into the U.S. from 25% to 100%. Batteries, medical equipment, steel, aluminum, semiconductors, and solar cells would also be impacted, and the administration says the tariffs will level the playing field, protecting what it describes as a comeback in American manufacturing from cheaper Chinese goods.
We're not going to let China flood our market, making it impossible for American auto manufacturers to compete fairly.
This comes as manufacturing remains a top issue in battleground states in this year's election. U.S. officials say the new tariffs won't impact inflation in the U.S., saying these are targeted, set on specific sectors. However, some industry experts are skeptical. And tonight, some of the nation's biggest airlines are suing the Biden administration over rules about fees. So last month, the Transportation Department announced airlines and travel agents must disclose upfront charges and baggage and canceling for reservations. American, Delta, United, and 3 other carriers, along with their industry trade groups, say the rule is an attempt to regulate private business operations and would confuse customers. ABC 10 is celebrating Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and a Sacramento-based Japanese ballroom dance group has stood the test of time, helping locals practice their moves for more than 40 years. ABC 10's Alicia Machado introduces us to longtime members and shares more about their passion for dance.
When they hear the beat, these Sacramento seniors can't help but get up and dance. For decades, moving to the rhythms of the cha-cha and tap into the bass of a swing with Tsubaki Dance Club.
We just love to dance. We enjoy the music of the era. Most of the music is from the 50s and 60s.
Tsubaki Dance Club was founded in the early 80s in Sacramento, named after the Japanese word for camellia flower, which was adopted as the city of Sacramento's official flower back in the 1940s. At its height, the dance club was comprised of more than 50 couples. Even decades later, members continue to gather for monthly dance socials, a time of fellowship, and most importantly, to share their passion for ballroom dancing.
We're just trying to enjoy the people and dancing.
Yeah, while we can still move.
You'll find longtime members Paco and Ruth Madlang Bayan on the dance floor.
It's been an adventure, I guess. Most of the people here are about the same age. You pretty much grow together.
The Madlang Bayans are first-generation Filipino immigrants who came to the United States in the 70s. They joined Tsubaki Dance Club more than 15 years ago. When the group first formed, it was originally an entirely Japanese group. President Ernie Fernandez tells me there's history there. When people of Japanese descent were forced into internment camps during World War II, young people learned ballroom dancing to pass the time, swinging to the big band sounds. This a photo from 1942 at a camp in Manzanar, located in the Owens Valley of California between the Sierra Nevada and the Inyo Mountains.
They didn't have anything to do, so they took up dancing. The younger ones.
But over the years, Tsubaki Dance Club expanded to welcome folks from all ethnicities and backgrounds. Kim Lind Yi and his wife Ellen are Chinese and joined more than 25 years ago. The couple together for nearly 60.
Dancing is, I think, one of the most romantic things you could do when you get danced together. But it's not easy. It took a lot of years of lessons to be able to do different ballroom dances.
As the years go by, some members spend more time catching up with old friends than waltzing around the room. You'll find George Lee by the speakers, one of the group's original DJs.
So I could pick all the music that I like to play.
He joined just 1 month after the group was formed, getting people up on their feet with music from cassette tapes.
Because if somebody wanted a certain song, it's hard to find it. Then the CDs came out, then it makes it much easier.
A vast knowledge of artists and the greatest hits, ones he keeps in a binder and shares with DJs he's passed on the torch to.
I don't dance as much anymore, but I enjoy listening to the music.
Music bringing people together.
The most important thing is that it's something we can do together and enjoy together.
While at the end of the night the music fades and it's time to go home, the friendships still remain. A group with history and members with a passion for dance.
1, 2, cha-cha-cha.
That help it stand the test of time.
And the group meets on the second Saturday of each month at Sacramento Japanese United Methodist Church on Franklin Boulevard. And we'll be right back after this short break. Breaking news just into the newsroom. CHP is investigating a crash involving a school bus and a truck in Galt. They tell us that 20 kids were on board. Thankfully, none of them were hurt. The bus driver was taken to the hospital, and we have a crew on scene We are working to get you some more information, and we will keep you updated on abc10.com. Farmers in California will now have some new tools to help them. It includes artificial intelligence and robots. Take a look at this.
We experienced from beginning to end.
So this was one of 4 robots on display at the Yolo County Fairgrounds today. The International Forum of Agricultural Robotics and University of California System partnered up to show farmers what's possible for the future, from self-driving carts that can walk with farmers to help ease the burden of carrying things, to robots that can operate completely independent with no one around. The hope is that AI can solve the labor shortage for farmers while helping small family farms continue for generations. The UC system is hoping that 50 to 60 new robots can be developed this year. All right, thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. We love telling your stories. We love getting to meet you. And if you have something you think we should be looking into, make sure to reach out to me and the team. Have a great night, be safe, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Hey, it's Alex. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. The To The Point team and I love hearing from you, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. And don't forget, you can always email me and the team at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send us a text message at 916-321-3310.